now for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otters Hill Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mamashinas. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. Now let's head out for the pregame.
All right, welcome to Central Lakes boys basketball in Fergus Falls in the Gold Gym tonight. Central Lakes basketball. Fergus Falls Otters hosting the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. The Otters come into the game with a record of 8-15. The Storm with a record of 7-15. Glad to be joined here by head coach Matt Johnson of the Fergus Falls Otters. We're about 11:42 away from game time here on 1250 KBRF. Coach, a little hard to hear. We got the band here tonight. So 8-15, not indicative really of where this team is at. You and I have talked a couple times on and off throughout the season. Started 0-6, 8-9 in your last 17. And your last win was last Friday at Brainerd. A pretty good win on the road, 76-50. Tonight, familiar foe, familiar coach. Had lots of good games with Coach here since he was at Apollo, now at Sauk Rapids Rice. What do you expect to see from them tonight? Their record, they're right below you in the QRF, right? So big game. I don't remember the calculations if they have a chance or not to overcome you, but this one is going to for sure solidify that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, everything's still really tight, really close. A Jason Allen coach team is always going to be incredibly hardworking. They're going to be tough and physical. I would say he's got a much younger team this year than what he's had for quite a while. So I think their ups and downs have been a little higher and lower than maybe he'd like. But a group of young kids that's pretty talented. We were able to do some really nice things at their place. We shot it really well when we beat them earlier in the year, and really took the fight out of them early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, last time you played was January 13th at Sauk Rapids Rice. You guys won 95-68. They are coming off a loss to Apollo, which kind of a rivalry game for Coach Allen, 83-62. They've lost 6 of their last 7. Their last win was a big win over Sartell. February 10th, they beat the current number one seeded Sartell Sabres 75-63. So you guys dropped a couple in a row. Central Cass and at Moorhead, a pretty good team up there on Saturday. And then Alex, obviously, we know what they have. What do the Otters got to do tonight to get back on track and get ready to make a run in the 8-3A playoffs?
Yeah, I think our defensive identity has not been what the standard of Otter basketball is. I don't think we've been great on the ball. I think we've been passive. We've let the offense dictate terms, and so for us really tonight, impacting the ball on closeouts, trying to dictate where they go, how they get there, and what our help rotations look like is a big thing for us tonight. I think offensively playing with a little bit of pace. I thought both against Central Cass and Alexandria the other night, we were just passive offensively too. Really no tempo, no pace. We don't need to play 100 miles an hour, but trying to put a little bit of pressure on the defense early in possessions to have a mistake, something we can take advantage of. So hopefully we play a little faster offensively, defensively take it a little more personal, and really try to impact the ball.
Pre-game show here, talking with head coach Matt Johnson. Matt's been 11 years head coach now for the Otters. Talking about moving forward, obviously a big game tonight as you set the stage for your playoff run. You guys have beat the number one seed Sartell. You've had close games, 2 of them with Apollo. You beat the 3 seed Wilmer, the 4 seed Tech, and lost in overtime to Detroit Lakes. Section's wide open, and the good news for you is you got somebody coming back.
Yeah, it's wide open. I think Apollo's the best team, but you can make arguments for a couple other teams there too. And there's nobody that's scary, right? You respect them all. They're all good basketball teams. But there's certainly nobody, the last couple of years, the Alexandria, that you feel like, man, we have to be perfect to have a chance. Doesn't exist this year, which is really nice. Makes it pretty fun. Puts you in a spot where you have every game matters. This one matters for us, and so playoff stretch is going to be really fun to see how that plays out.
So your starting five: Eston Bethel, Jacob Jentz, Nolan Felstool, Micah Johnson, and Cam Wiedrick have done a really nice job for you. You've been searching a little bit, getting some contributions off the bench, a little bit from Full Heart and some of those kids, Abrahams.
Yeah, having those guys, Isaac Mock's giving us some really valuable minutes. And then, to answer the last part of you, I forgot the last question, right? Trenton coming back tonight on limited minutes here, but he's been practicing, getting back in shape, and he'll get a chance to go tonight. And we've really missed him all year. His physicality, athleticism, confidence, scoring ability. So he's learned a lot sitting on the bench next to us. He gets to hear the coaches talk and what we're dissecting during the game. So I think that will hopefully can see the benefits of that tonight too.
Trenton's coming back after missing 21 games. Hasn't played since December 5th. The first two games he averaged 16.5 points, 8.5 rebounds. Knowing Trenton, he's going to want to jump and play 30 minutes tonight. I know you're not going to let that happen, but it'll be nice to see him back on the floor. It'll be nice to see how the kids mesh because, as you know, it's not automatic, right? I mean, you can't just throw a kid in the mix and all of a sudden things are going to click. Yeah,
that's part of, we would like to have had him back last week to get a couple more games.
Right.
Because there's a little bit of continuity that you lose when you bring somebody else in. And luckily he's been at practice. He's been involved, played with these guys forever. So we hope it's a seamless transition, but we'll find out a little bit more in 6 minutes.
Viking Cafe sponsors the keys to the game tonight. Just looking at your team, just a couple of things would you say would be the biggest keys, and then what do you think you're going to see from Sauk Rapids Rice offensively and defensively?
I think it all comes down to the defensive end for us. I think our keys tonight are that we've got to defend with a purpose and assertiveness, and I think from them we'll see probably 5 or 6 different defenses. I think they'll throw a mix. I think they'll try to take Pee Wee out of the game. I think we'll see some zone. We'll see some early traps on that end of the floor, and offensively, they'll run a lot of 5-out, sending a lot of cutters, slipping screens. So we'll have to be ready to guard that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, thanks for joining us, Matt. Best of luck in the 8-3A playoffs.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Matt Johnson, head coach of the Fergus Falls Otters. Central Lakes conference game tonight against the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. Welcome to the pregame. We jumped right into it with Matt Johnson here because we were delayed a little bit by the freshman game, but the freshmen did win tonight in a close one by 3 points, 53-50. The JV fell to Sauk Rapids Rice tonight, so the varsity trying to tip the scales in favor of the home team Otters. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll get back and talk a little bit more about tonight's Central Lakes Conference game. You're listening to the pregame show on 1250 KBRF.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugstead Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
All right, welcome back to Fergus Falls. Nick Keel with you here, 1250 KBRF. Also on the Fergus Now app and streaming on the KBRF YouTube channel. Derek Sidian is the producer for tonight's game. Appreciate Derek. As always, he's here to capture the video and actually running all the computer stuff, so all I got to do is talk about basketball. Fergus Falls Otters hosting the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. Central Lakes boys basketball tonight. The Otters come into this game with a record of 8-15. They're 6-9 in the CLC, and they're currently seeded 6th in the Section 8 3A playoff race. The last time these two teams played, it was at Sauk Rapids, January 13th. The Otters were victorious, 95-68. One of the better games of the season, according to Matt Johnson. In that game, Eston Bethel had 23, Jacob Jentz 22, Nolan Felstuhl 17, Micah Johnson 12, and Eli Fullhart 12 as well. The Otters started 0-6 on the season. They've rattled. They've won 8 of their last 17 games. And last win was last Friday, February 13th at Brainerd by a score of 76-50. The Sauk Rapids Rice Storm having a bit of a down season for Coach Jason Allen. They're 7-15 on the season. Sauk Rapids Rice is 4-11 in the CLC. They're currently seated 7th in the Section 8 3A QRF polls. They lost to St. Cloud Apollo on Tuesday, 83-62. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games. Their last win was a big win over Sartell. Sartell is currently seeded number 1 in Section 8 3A. And that was February 10th, a 75-63 win at Sauk Rapids Rice. On the season for the Otters, 4 players averaging in double figures. Eston Bethel averaging 19 points, 4.4 rebounds, 4.6 assists. Jacob Jentz, 15.3 points, 7.3 rebounds, 2 assists. Nolan Felstuhl, 11.9 points, 3.5 rebounds. Micah Johnson, 11.5 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, and 4 assists. All 3 of those Otters are shooting above 50% for field goal, effective field goal percentage. That's Bethel, Jentz, and Felstuhl. Cam Wiedrich, also a senior, having a good year for the Otters. Doesn't score a lot, but does a lot of the little things and works awful hard for Coach Matt Johnson. We're going to take a commercial break here as the Fergus Falls Pep Band takes care of the national anthem. You're listening to Fergus Falls Otter Boys Basketball, 1250 KBRF.
The 2025 model year closeout sale continues at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have 2 remaining Buick and Vistas that would definitely cheer up your winter blues. With these great deals, you can get into a new, sporty, reliable vehicle for just over $25,000. Buick, exceptional by design. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
All right, welcome back to Fergus Falls High School. It's time to introduce tonight's starting lineup. As always, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, College Way in Fergus Falls. Starting for the 7-18, Jason Allen, coach, Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. 6'2" Isaiah Williams, he's wearing number 2. Sauk Rapids Rice wearing their white jerseys, by the way, outlined in green and gold. 5'10" senior, number 3, Owen Weiss. 5'11" senior, number 4, Abdi Hassan. 6'2" junior, number 11 is Berkeley Amoke. And a 6'2" sophomore, number 21, is Ty Rudolph. Starting for the Fergus Falls Otters, they are 8-15, coached by Matt Johnson. 5'10" sophomore, number 1, is Easton Bethel. Averages 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists per game. 5'10" senior, number 2, is Cam Wiedrich. 3.5 points, 3.1 rebounds, 1 assist per game. 6 foot junior, number 3, that's Nolan Felstool. Felstool scores 12 a game and has 3.5 rebounds per game. 6'1" senior, number 5, is Micah Johnson. Averages 11.5 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 4 assists. And 6'4" junior, number 21, Jacob Jentz, averaging 15.3 points per game, 7.3 rebounds. Thank you to Nelson Auto for the starting lineup. So that concludes our pregame show. Just about ready to tip off here for tonight's action. From the Gold Gym, Nick Keel with you, Derek Sidian on production, 1250 KBRF, also streaming on the YouTube channel. KBRF YouTube channel. The Otters get the opening tip. Here's Bethel. Looks like they're going to face a man-to-man here from the Storm. Felstool with the ball to the top of the key for Micah Johnson. Here's a baseline drive for Eston Bethel. His shot is going to be blocked, and the rebound comes off to number 11, Amoke. First rebound of the night for Sauk Rapids Rice. There's a pass to the top for Hassan. To the left wing for Weiss. Weiss gets it inside for Amoke. Amoke to the top of the key for Weiss. Weiss is going to dribble drive. He's going to pull up from about 6 feet. He's going to miss. And there's an offensive rebound by Rudolph. Rudolph gets the rebound in the bucket for the Storm, and they're on the board. 17-12 to go here on the Park Region scoreboard. Storm get the first 2 points of the game. Full court pressure broken by the Otters. Jentz now in the right corner. Kicks it out to the top of the key for Bethel, to Johnson, to the left wing for Felstool. His 3 is closely challenged. Little contact there, and it's short, and the rebound comes off to Hassan. And now here's a drive inside. Number 4, Hassan, is going to dribble drive and hand off to Rudolph. Rudolph is going to have the turnover. It's going to be stolen away by Bethel. Aston goes coast to coast and gets the Otters on the board for the first time tonight. Ball game tied early, 16-33. Storm going from my right to left. They're wearing the white uniforms with green letters outlined in gold. Otters wearing the home maroons with the gold letters and numbers. Here's a dribble drive, and it's going to be a turnover number 2 for the Storm. Williams turned that over. The Otters have it now in the front court. Wiedrich with the pass to the baseline for Jentz. Jentz is going to face up, but he's going to go in, and he's going to draw a blocking foul on the Storm. And it's going to be the first team foul for Sauk Rapids Rice. And that foul is going to be at number 3. That's Owen Weiss, 5'10" senior. And Jentz's first free throw is no good. The game stays tied. Gents will try for free throw number 2 here, and he makes that one go. Jacob Gent's first point of the night. The Otters have their first lead. 16:04 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Otters lead 3-2 over the Storm. Central Lakes Conference boys basketball, also Section 8-3A implications in this game. Storm with the ball. Otters in their familiar man-to-man defense. Hassan has the ball. It's going to be kicked at the top of the key by Micah Johnson. That's going to elicit a shot clock reset. So the Storm get the ball. 15:47 to go in the game. 20 on the shot clock here. Front court inbounds. Hassan is going to throw it in to Weiss. Weiss dribbles across the Fergus Falls midline. Now to Hassan. Very physical there by Gents at the top of the key. No call. Here's Williams with the ball now. He's going to kick to the right side. Weiss for 3. His three-pointer's off the mark, and it's rebounded by Jacob Gents. And here come the Otters in transition. And here's a pass for Eston Bethel. His 3 from the left wing is good. Micah Johnson gets the assist. And Eston Bethel has 5 points now, and that's his first three-pointer, and the Otters lead 6-2. Hassan now with the ball at the right wing for Sauk Rapids Rice. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's a handoff now to Rudolph. Rudolph kicks it to Hassan in the left corner. He's going to drive baseline. Not much room there. And Craig Samuelson from the Otter Tail Officials Association is going to get a blocking foul there on Eston Bethel. It's the first foul on the Otters, first foul on Bethel. It's the first team foul for Fergus Falls. 1 foul apiece. Otters lead 6-2 of the Park Region scoreboard. 15:02 to go first half. Central Lakes boys basketball action from the Gold Gymnasium. The Storm have trouble getting the ball in. A 5-second call as Weiss is holding it as the official blows the whistle. That's Matt Andreessen, the official in the Otter Tail Association, and the Otters now back on the attack. Micah Johnson. Just a little courtesy full court pressure to make the Otters pick it up in front of them, run a little shot clock. Here's Johnson, drive it in. He kicks it to Felstool. Felstool misses a three-pointer. Hassan comes down with his second rebound of the game for the Storm. Now he's going to keep it. Dribble drive. He's going to spin. It's going to be knocked away, and it's going to stay in possession of the Storm. First couple substitutes of the game in for the Storm. Number 10, Parker Martins. And number 35, I don't even have on the roster. That's Track Swenson. And now the Storm get the inbound. There's Rudolph with the ball, kicks it over to Grady Buchert, who also checked into the game. And here's a pass inside for Swenson. He puts it up. It's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Rudolph. Rudolph goes up. He misses a shot. And the Storm's going to get a third track at it. And there's a three-point shot by Williams. That's no good as well. Cold start for the Storm. Otters lead 6-2. Pass from Bethel now to Gents. Bethel goes down to the baseline. This pass is going to be tipped. Here's Trenton Juilliard into the game for the Otters. His first game since early December. And he drives to the basket. And it looks like he's... Actually, Gents is going to get the rebound there and the putback, so he's going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. As mentioned in the pregame, Trenton Juilliard was suffering from a cracked bone in his leg and was out since December, I believe it was the 5th. Now into the game for the Otters, 6'4" sophomore Eli Fullhart. He'll replace Felstool. Gents makes the first free throw and makes the second free throw. He's got 3 free throws. He's now 3 for 4. The Otters lead 8-2 on the Park Region scoreboard, just under 14 minutes to go. First half, Gold Gym here, Central Lakes Conference basketball. Here's a steal by Bethel. The 4th turnover for Sauk Rapids Rice. Eston going to shoot a 3 at the top of the key and drills it. Eston Bethel hits the 3. The Otters lead 11-2 on the Park Region scoreboard. We're going to take a timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Lake Region Healthcare.
A fresh shipment of brand new Buick Enclaves and Buick Envisions has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. If you've been waiting for the perfect SUV, now's your moment. The spacious, refined Buick Enclave with 3 rows of comfort and confidence. Or the sleek, stylish Buick Envision that is smart, smooth, and ready for where life takes you. Buick, exceptional by design.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
All right, back at the Gold Gymnasium. Quickly out of the timeout for Sauk Rapids Rice, and Coach Allen draws up a play and gets a 3-pointer for Isaiah Williams. It had been kind of a long drought for Sauk Rapids. They scored on their second possession and didn't score again here until the 13:30 mark. 11-5 on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Juilliard now driving baseline. He's going to kick it for Eston Bethel to the left side for Fullhart. Back to the top now for Eston. Eston's going to attack the left side lane line. He loses it. Jacob Jentz ends up getting it. Now Bethel shoots over the top, and it's going to be rebounded by Ty Rudolph. His 3rd rebound of the game, and the Storm now in business. Isaiah Williams drives to the left side. He's going to give it up to Wilkie. Wilkie's shot is no good, rebounded by Micah Johnson. Micah gets his 1st rebound of the game. And now Juilliard. Eston's going to take off. He's going to dump down for Jacob Jentz. It looked like some contact there. Craig Samuelson says otherwise. The Otters are going to keep it. Cam Riedrich checks back into the game. Short run there for Trenton Juilliard. As mentioned, he hasn't played since early December. Riedrich back into the game. Otters lead 11-5 on the Park Region scoreboard. Inbound under their own basket. Bethel goes to the left corner for Micah Johnson. Johnson kicks it out to Fullhart to the top of the key near the logo for Riedrich. Riedrich to the right side. Eston Bethel for 3. Riedrich gets the assist. And Eston Bethel off to a hot start. He's got 11 points, 3 3-pointers, and it's 14-5 Fergus Falls. Here's a drive by Swenson in the baseline. He's going to turn it over. It's going to be picked up by Micah Johnson. 6th turnover for the Storm. And now we have a pass for Jacob Jentz, and it's going to be a turnover for Fergus Falls, their 2nd of the ball game. Jentz got that headman pass, wasn't quite ready to handle it. And the official thought that he took an extra stutter step there. It looked like he may have. Storm with the ball now into the front court. Driving the baseline and a kick here for Finn Wilkie. And Wilkie gets the basket, his 1st of the night for the Storm. 14-7 on the Park Region scoreboard. Riedrich now into the front court for the Otters. To the right side, Fellstool. Baseline, Fullhart. Fullhart kicks it to the top of the key for Bethel. Bethel's going to drive in, kicks back to the right side for Fullhart. His 3 on the way, no good. Cam Riedrich in there to battle, but he loses that battle to Parker Martins, who gets his 1st rebound for the Storm. Here's a drive inside. And stepping out of bounds was Owen Weiss for the Storm. Turnover number 7 for Sauk Rapids Rice. Not a whole lot of shot attempts here for Coach Allen's team to start the ball game. Bethel now into the front court. Little fake screen from Jentz. Jentz slips it, rolls to the basket, and he's going to be fouled. Nice little play there by Jacob Jentz. Came out like he was going to ball screen, slipped to the basket, and he's going to go to the line. And it's going to be his 5th and 6th free throws already in the ballgame. Fouls on Parker Martins, a 6-foot junior. It's going to be his 1st. That's the 3rd team foul for Sauk Rapids Rice. Weiss, Martins, and Wilkie have the fouls. Jentz makes both free throws for the Otters. He now has 5 points. They're all free throws. Missed his 1st one, has made 5 in a row. Otters lead 16-7. 11:23 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's an illegal screen on Sauk Rapids Rice. And that foul is going to be on number 3. That's Owen Weiss. That's his 2nd personal 4th team foul for Sauk Rapids Rice. Trenton Juilliard checks back into the game for the Otters. Fullhart checks out. So the Otters have Fellstool, Johnson, Riedrich, Jentz, and Juilliard on the floor. A little trapping defense now by the Storm. A little half court, looks like 2-1-2. Juilliard gets it in the baseline. He's going to ram his way in. He runs over number 21, Rudolph. And Juilliard gets his first point since early December. Otters lead 18-7. Here's a drive by Hassan down the lane. He misses it. Rebounded by Jacob Jentz. And the Otters in transition. Micah Johnson to the right side. Goes into the lane. Tries to kick it out. Has it stolen away. It's a turnover for the Otters. Stolen by Ty Rudolph. And in transition, number 10, Parker Martins, gets his first basket of the ball game for the Storm. 18-9, just over 10.5 to go here from the Gold Gym. Central Lakes Conference boys basketball action. 1250 KBRF, Nick Keel with the call here. Derek Sidian running the production. We're simulcast on the KBRF YouTube channel, as well as 1250 KBRF. Here's a spin move by Jacob Jentz, and I think we're going to have a flop call. We are. So Jacob Jentz gets the basket. That's his first field goal. He has 7 points in the game, and a flop warning on Sauk Rapids Rice. Really no penalty to that as of now, but if there is another flop warning in the game, it would result in a technical and a couple of free throws for the Otters. Storm bringing it into the front court. Hassan running the point guard. He picks up his dribble. Now Bethel come on up to pressure him. He gets it over for Martins. Martins to the right side for Berkeley Amoke. Amoke now with it, trapped inside. Hassan's going to shoot it from about 24 feet, and he hits it. Abdi Hassan drills a three. They were kind of baiting him to shoot it out there, and he looked at it a couple times, finally loaded it up, and got it to go. Now the Otters in transition. Here's a pass to the right side for Juilliard. He misses a three. Hassan comes down with the rebound for Sauk Rapids Rice. Hassan now with dribbling it. They got a little switch here. He's got a little mismatch as he's attacking Jacob Jentz. And he passes to the corner. And the three-pointer for 22, Isaac Lee, is good. And that assist by Hassan. And it's 20-15 as the Storm close the gap here now on the Otters. Juilliard's going to drive in. He's going to be a little bit of contact. He misses a shot. Hassan comes up with rebound number 4 for Sauk Rapids Rice. He's going to drive baseline, pull up from 10. Shot is missed. Juilliard tips it in the air. It ends up going to Eston Bethel, and he gets the basket. I don't know whether to give Juilliard a rebound, an assist, or both on that one. He tipped the ball in the air, and Eston ran it down in between two Storm defenders and got the basket. So Bethel now up to 13 points for the Otters. It's 22-15. Here's a three from the left corner by 21, Ty Rudolph. His second basket of the game, and he cuts the lead back down to 4. 22-18 on the Park Region scoreboard. 8:30 to go here in the first half. Gold Gymnasium, Central Lakes boys basketball. Felstuhl with the ball to the right side for Micah Johnson to the right baseline corner, and there's Eston Bethel with another three. And Eston has just started out on fire. Micah Johnson has a couple of assists, and I know one thing, if I was an Otter, I'm going to throw the ball to number 1 right now. Eston is on fire. 16 points, and it's only the 8-minute mark here of the first half. Storm now on the attack. Here's a pass to the left side for Hassan. Hassan's going to drive against Micah Johnson. I think we're going to get a hand check here on Micah. Hassan put his hands down and drove in, and they are going to call that foul. Actually, they're going to call Felstuhl. I thought it was going to be on Micah Johnson, but Felstuhl gets his first personal of the game. That is the second team foul on Fergus Falls. Storm will inbound into their basket. Rudolph gets it off for Lee. And back to Rudolph now. Here's Hassan at the three-point line. He's working against Bethel. Man-to-man defense by the Otters. He's going to cross over. He's going to drive inside. He flips it off to number 11, Amoke. And then Rudolph comes in with the cleanup rebound and basket for Sauk Rapids Rice. 25-20. Otters lead. Micah Johnson now in the front court to Cam Wiedrick. Back to the right side for Johnson. Johnson working against the man-to-man for Sauk Rapids. Left side wing now for Wiedrick. Wiedrick jumps it down to the baseline for Jentz. To the top of the key for Cam Wiedrick. Eli Fullhart now back in the game for the Otters. Left side Wiedrick. Otters running a little short on shot clock. Down to 7 now. Bethel with the ball. He kicks it to the corner. Fullhart is open, and he drills it. Eston Bethel gets the late kick to the corner for Eli Fullhart. and Eli gets his first basket of the game, and it's a three-pointer. And the Otters shooting it very well from the perimeter here early in the game. 28-20. And here's a little problem by Rudolph in the corner. He's dribbling around, having a little bit of a difficult time. This is a full timeout by Sauk Rapids Rice, so we are going to take a commercial break here. This timeout is sponsored by Lake Region Healthcare. You're listening to Otter Boys Basketball, 1250 KBRF.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
All right, Nikhil, Derek City, and back here with you, Fergus Falls High School, Central Lakes boys basketball. Reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. After the game, we'll have the Quality Player of the Game, sponsored by Quality Toyota Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics is your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. Go to yourapparelsource.com/Lake Country Graphics. That's Lake Country Graphics in Fergus Falls, 998-4027. Storm with the ball now. Coach Allen wanted a full timeout to talk to his troop. Troop's getting a little upset with the threes that the Otters are knocking down, wants them to guard a little harder. Here's Hassan with the dribble drive in, and I think he's going to get called for a hand check by official Craig Samuelson. And he is. Eli Fullhart gets the foul. That's his first. That'll be the third Otter team foul, and it's a new shot clock, 22nd one for the Storm. Front court now, here's Williams with the ball, guarded by Wiedrich. Looks to the right side for Hassan. Hassan for Wilkie. Wilkie now with the spin over here for Williams. Williams getting a screen from Rudolph. Williams going to dribble between his legs. Shot clock running down. He drives to the baseline, shoots it from 10 feet, and it's going to be rebounded by Jacob Jentz. Good stop by the Otters out of the timeout. Fourth rebound for Jacob Jentz. The Otters with a chance to extend their 8-point lead. Johnson's going to drive in, flips with his left hand and misses. Hassan comes down with the rebound for the Storm, pushes into the front court, and he's going to hold up for the rest of his teammates. Drives against Micah Johnson. Here's a pass to Wilkie. Gives it over for Amoke. Amoke to the left side for Isaiah Williams, and his three bounces off the front of the rim and goes over the backboard. Checking in for the Storm is 35 Swenson. In for the Otters is 0 Drouillard. Johnson and Fullhart check out. And Felstuhl and Drouillard back in for Fergus Falls. Wiedrich bringing it across the timeline now by Hassan. He's going to get past him. Gains an advantage. Kicks it off for Drouillard. Drouillard attacks into the lane. Passes off for Wiedrich, and Wiedrich gets the baseline jumper. First basket for Cam Wiedrich. An assist for Trenton Juilliard. That's assist number 2. The Otters with their biggest lead of the ball game, 30-20. 5:20 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Rudolph driving into the lane. It's going to be ripped by Bethel. Stolen away by Felstuhl. He gets it up for Bethel, and Bethel scores another basket. It's the 8th turnover for Sauk Rapids Rice. Nolan Felstuhl gets the assist, and the Otters up by 12. Hassan now with the ball for Storm. Gets it over for Swenson. His three is on the way. Off the back iron. And now they are going to call a pushing foul inside on number 21 on the rebound there. And the foul's on Rudolph. That's going to be his first foul. That is the 5th team foul on the Storm. Full court man-to-man pressure by Sauk Rapids Rice. Otters lead 32-20 in the Park Region scoreboard. 4:51 to go here in the first half. Central Lakes boys basketball action from Fergus Falls. Bethel's going to drive down the lane now, and he's going to be tripped. And that foul is on Wilkie. Finn Wilkie with his second personal. 6-team foul against the Storm. Boy, Bethel is really playing well so far in this game. 18 points. Has 4 3-pointers already in the first half. Felstuhl gets the inbound now. Out for Juilliard, and Nolan will bring it up top. Over to left side for Cam Wiedrich. Wiedrich kicks it inside. Jacob Jentz. Here's a cutting Bethel, and he loses the ball, and it's going to be off of Eston. He's upset. He thinks that he had his arm held, but the ball went off him out of bounds, so it's going to be a turnover for the Otters. Turnover number 4 for Fergus Falls. Otters lead by 12, 32-20, 4:34 to go here in the first half. Storm with the basketball. Williams brings it into the front court for the Storm, and he gives it off to Amoke, and there's a pass back to Williams, and that's going to be blocked. Cam Wiedrich comes up for the ball for the Otters. It's turnover number 9 for the Storm. Here's a pass inside for Jentz, now to the right corner for Juilliard. Juilliard now to Eston Bethel. He attacks, gives it up. There's Jacob Jentz for the basket. Boy, the Otters looking sharp on offense. Bethel gets assist number 2. Jacob Jentz gets points 8 and 9, and the Otters up 14 now. And they've scored the last 9 points, a 9-0 run here in the last several minutes from the Gold Gym. Otters really picked up the defensive pressure as well. Swenson has it in the corner, gets it up for Isaiah Williams. Williams going to drive baseline, pull up from 12, and drills it. Not great offense by the Storm. Williams makes a great individual play and gets them off number 20. They were down 25-20, and it turned to 34-20 before they got a basket. Juilliard's going to kick from the left corner out to the top of the key. Trenton Juilliard gets assist number 3. There's Nolan Felstuhl's first three-pointer of the ball game, and the Otters now up to 15, their biggest lead of the ball game. Williams going to try to attack Felstuhl here. He spins to his left in the lane, shoots from 10, misses. And there's Juilliard with his second rebound of the ball game. Nice to see Trenton back on the floor. He's going to kick for Eston Bethel. And boy, are things going good for Eston Bethel. Juilliard gets the assist. Eston Bethel banks in a 3. He now has 5 threes in the first half and 21 points for the Otters. 40-22. Fergus Falls Otters really shooting the ball well. Swenson now caught in the left lane, and they're going to call him for a travel. Sam Bellig over there saw him change his pivot foot. That's going to be turnover number 10 for the Storm. Rudolph comes out of the game for the Storm. Weiss comes back in. Juilliard back out for Fergus Falls. Fullhart back into the game. And with 2:35 to go on the Park Region scoreboard, Otters looking to add to an 18-point lead. It's 40-22. Eston Bethel hasn't missed, I think he's missed 1 shot so far. Has 5 threes, including he banking in his last one. Things are going well for him and the Otters here in the first half. Here's a fake back cut by Eston. About the only mistake he's made tonight. You don't ever stop a back cut. Micah thought he was going to keep going, and Micah threw the pass, and it's a turnover for the Otters. And the other side, transition, Sauk Rapids Rice turns it into a Moke basket, and it's 40-24. Felstuhl now into the post for Jentz. Jentz is going to drive through, a kick out to Fullhart. His 3 is no good. Rebounded by Weiss. Weiss gets it up for Amoke. Into the corner for Weiss. Weiss is going to kick it back out. Here's Isaiah Williams. Williams with it at the free throw line, trying to make some fakes, not making anything happen against Micah Johnson. Owen Weiss with the ball now for Swenson. On left side for Williams. His 3 is on the way, no good. And Jacob Jentz comes down with the rebound for the Otters. 5th rebound for Jacob Jentz. 1:22 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Eston Bethel dribbles to his left. Shoots a 3. He misses. There's Jacob Jentz on the boards. Jacob, a little bit of contact. Doesn't get the call. Jacob Jentz working hard under the basket for the Otters. He misses the putback, and now in transition, Sauk Rapids Rice. 3-pointer in the corner by Martins is no good, and it's rebounded by Micah Johnson. Otters with the ball, just under a minute here, 40-24. Micah Johnson with the handoff for Bethel. To the top for Felstuhl, left side, Fullhart. Fullhart to the top of the key. Felstuhl's going to pull it quickly. He misses. Hits it off the crotch of the rim and the backboard. And it's rebounded by Owen Weiss. His 2nd rebound of the game. Owen now directing traffic for the Storm. He's going to hand off for Williams. Williams gets it up to the top for Swenson. To the corner for Martins. Martins going to drive, reverse layup, good. Parker Martins gets his 2nd basket of the ball game, and it's 40-26. 4 unanswered points now for the Storm. 17 seconds to go in the first half. Coach Johnson wants the Otters to take one shot. Bethel with the ball now, down to 10. He's going to get a fake screen here from Jentz. He's going to drive in. He's going to flip it with his right hand. He misses. Jentz goes after it, and the ball was thrown off of Jentz by Amoke. And with 2.2 to go here in the first half, the Otters unable to convert. A couple of nice stops here in the last minute for the Storm. 2.2 seconds to go. Storm will inbound under their own basket. Pass to half court. Swenson's going to shoot it from over half court. Shoots it over the basket. And it's going to end the first half. End of the first half. The Otters with a really good first half. They lead 40-26. They're led in the first half by 21 points from Eston and Bethel. Reminder here, coming up, we have the Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Minnesota Motor Company, South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. We're going to take a little break here. We'll come back with some first half statistics. You've been listening to 1250 KBRF and also watching the simulcast on the 1250 KBRF YouTube channel. It's Otter Boys basketball, 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
All right, the Minnesota Motor halftime show. We thank Minnesota Motor, as always, for sponsoring our halftime show. Reminder, coming up at the end of the game, we have our quality player of the game. That's sponsored by Quality Toyota, Lake Country Graphics. Another one of our sponsors tonight is Running Stitches Embroidery. Running Stitches is a local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Minnesota Motor halftime show. Take a look at the statistics here. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of the second half. Otters lead 40-26 on the Park Region scoreboard. Really, really nice half by the entire Fergus Falls Otters team, but especially Eston Bethel. We'll get to those statistics in a minute. First, taking a look at the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. And a couple different periods in the first half where they struggled to score. In that first half, they had, by the way, these are unofficial statistics. I had Sauk Rapids Rice for 10 turnovers. Sophomore Finn Wilkie had 2 points, a couple of fouls in that first half. Junior Isaiah Williams with 5 points. Let's see. Abdi Hassan had 3 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. Parker Martins had 4 points and a rebound. Berkeley Amoke had 1 rebound and a 3-pointer. 6'2" sophomore Ty Rudolph with 7 points to lead the Storm in the first half. He also contributed 4 rebounds as well for Sauk Rapids Rice. For the Otters, had the Otters for 6 turnovers in the first half. Trenton Juilliard made his return. First game since early December. He scored 2 points in the first half, had 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Eston Bethel had a huge night, huge half. He averages 14 or 19 points a game. He had 21 in the first half, including 5 3-pointers. Eston also had 1 rebound and 2 assists in the first half. Senior Cam Wiedrich with 2 points in the first half and an assist. Nolan Felstuhl hit 1 3 and had an assist Micah Johnson with 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And then Jacob Jentz doing the work that he usually does. He had 6 rebounds in the first half. He also made 5 of 6 free throws, had 2 field goals for 9 points. And then Eli Fullhart hit a 3-pointer in the first half as well. And the Otters lead 40-26 at halftime. You can hear the Mighty Otter pep band is going after it tonight. As always, nice to have the pep band in the gymnasium, unless you're a radio announcer. Makes things a little bit more difficult to deal with. Some of the other games going on today in the CLC. For the boys' side, Ricori is hosting Apollo tonight. Detroit Lakes is hosting St. Cloud Tech. Brainerd hosting Alexandria. The girls' side in the Central Lakes, Alex is playing host to Becker. DL is at Bemidji. Sauk Rapids Rice at Ricori, and Wilmer at Sartell. Other girls basketball tonight, Lake Park Audubon is hosting Hillcrest girls, and then Underwood is also hosting Park Christian. And the boys' side, Underwood is at Border West, the boys. Battle Lake boys at Ashby, and Hillcrest is hosting Rothsay tonight. See if we can get some updates on some of those games when we come back. We're about 4.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. You're listening to the Minnesota Motor Halftime Show, 1250 KBRF.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
All right, welcome back. It's the Minnesota Motor Halftime Show. Nick Keel with you here, 1250 KBRF and the KBRF YouTube channel. You can check us out on the Fergus Now app as well. Otters lead 40-26. About 2.5 minutes to go here before the start of the second half. Just want to check up on some scores. Some of the other games in the CLC, Alexandria girls are hosting Becker. They lead 28-24. Wilmer must have played earlier tonight. They have a final already. The Wilmer girls beat Sartell St. Stephen's 63-53. Let's see. Bemidji hosted Detroit Lakes tonight. They beat DL 52-46 on the girls' side. Other local action. Not a very good update, but not a great start for Underwood either. It looks like the Park Christian girls started 7-0 on Underwood. Haven't seen an update since the beginning of that game. The Hillcrest Lutheran Academy Comet girls team is at Lake Park Audubon. After the first half, they lead 36-23. The boys' side in the CLC, obviously the Otters lead Sauk Rapids Rice 40-26. No update as of now on the St. Cloud Apollo Ricori game. And I also don't see an update on the Brainerd game. Other boys action tonight, end of the first half. Underwood leads Border West boys 26-21. That game in Herman tonight. And no update on Battle Lake and Ashby. Hillcrest boys lead Rosse 28-18 just before halftime in that ball game. We're 1:06 away from the start of the second half. Just want to take this time to take a look at our Layton Media sports schedule coming up tomorrow, Friday, February 20th. Girls basketball, the Otters girls basketball team will host the St. Cloud Crush. Looks like Jason Retzloff will have the call on that one. And that'll be simulcast on the KBRF 1250 KBRF and also on the KBRF YouTube channel. And Brad on KJJK 96.5 will have Montevideo boys basketball at West Central area. 7 o'clock pregame, 7:15 tip-off. That'll be Brad at West Central area, 96.5 KJJK. Well, Henning boys basketball is at Verndale tomorrow night. The Henning Hornets still undefeated and number 1 in Section 6A. And Bob will have that on 977 FM starting at 7:15 on the pregame. Game time expected to be 7:30. And then some wrestling reports will happen on Z103 tomorrow. And that'll be the Section 6A wrestling tournament. And updates at 12:25, 2:25, 4:25, 6:25, 7:25, 8:25, and 9:25. Fred will be doing that on Z103. And then also the wrestling match for 8AA. Fergus Falls updates every hour on the hour starting at 4:10 p.m. And that concludes the Minnesota Motor halftime show. Second half is now underway. And Sauk Rapids Rice with the drive to the basket, and they get it. That's Isaiah Williams getting 2 points for Sauk Rapids Rice. 40-28 now. Sauk Rapids Rice has scored the last 6 points on the Park Region Ottertail Telecom scoreboard. And now the Otters with it in the front court. Jacob Jentz has it on the left side. He's going to spin, dribble, and throws it away. It'll be turnover number 7 for the Otters. Here's a quick hustle by Eston Bethel. 21 Rudolph gets the basket for Sauk Rapids Rice. And now they're going to face guard Eston Bethel with number 2 Isaiah Williams. Nolan Felstuhl now with the ball. Gets it off for Cam Wiedrich. Wiedrich now for Micah Johnson. Micah's going to post up here. He's going to drive inside, kicks it. There's Wiedrich for 3, and Cam Wiedrich gets the 3. Cam gets his second bucket of the ball game. It's his first 3. Micah Johnson with the assist. The Otters lead 43-30. 16:40 to go here in the ball game. Central Lakes Conference and Section 8 3A boys basketball from Fergus Falls. Storm now with the ball. Weiss with it. He gets it off for Washington. And we're going to have a foul here, and it's going to be an offensive foul on number 3. Craig Samuelson saw the back end. It looked like he pushed Cam Wiedrich in the back. They're going to call that on number 3, Owen Weiss. That's going to be his third personal first team foul of this half for Sauk Rapids Rice. Felstuhl now with the inbounds pass right in front of Coach Jason Allen. Wiedrich now with the ball. Stormers going to try really hard to take away Eston here. So the Otters are going to need contributions from some other kids. And right on cue, Cam Wiedrich goes to the basket, gets the assist, and Jacob Jentz knocks down the bucket for Fergus Falls. 45-30 now. Here's Hassan with a 3 for the Storm. He misses. Felstuhl gets the rebound, his first of the game. And here's an attack by Eston Bethel that goes out of bounds. Turnover for Fergus Falls. That's their second of the half. And 45-30, the Otters lead. Weiss with the ball now in the front court for the Storm. Man-to-man defense by the Otters. And here's a pick by Eston. He's going to turn around and flip it up for Felstuhl. Felstuhl's left-handed layup is good. Turnover by Sauk Rapids Rice. Bethel gets the assist. Felstuhl gets the basket. And Coach Jason Allen not happy. They had cut the lead down to 12. And now it's back up to 17. 47-30 on the Park Region scoreboard. We're going to stay right here for this one. This timeout is sponsored by Lake Region Healthcare. Reminder, Running Stitches is your local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. It's Running Stitches Embroidery of Fergus Falls. Reminder, coming up at the end of the game, we will have our Quality Player of the Game. It'll be sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics for screen printing and embroidery on custom apparel with the best personal service around. Contact Lake Country Graphics, 1223 North Union Avenue, Fergus Falls, 998-4027. As mentioned, on the Layton media schedule, lots of wrestling updates tomorrow. Fergus Falls girls basketball will be here. Brad's going to be over at West Central area, and Bob at Verndale for Henning and Verndale. And Henning boys have put together an awfully nice season, undefeated. Coach Randy Misagatis looking to get back to the state tournament. And they're in really good shape as the number 1 seed right now in Section 6A. Here comes the Storm now to the right side for Weiss. Weiss is going to cross over dribble. He's going to pull up from 12 feet, and he makes it over Fellstool. Weiss gets his first basket of the game. It's 47-32 on the Park Region scoreboard. Quickly transitioning into the front court for Wiedrich. Back out for Johnson. Jensen's going to set a screen for Johnson. Now a corner for Wiedrich. Wiedrich looks inside. He's guarded by Hassan. He's going to spin dribble, goes back in the lane, tries to give it up, and turns it over. He was looking for Jentz. Wiedrich turns it over. That's 9 turnovers now for the Otters. Into the front court is Williams. Now to the right side for Hassan. Hassan guarded by Wiedrich. Man-to-man defense here. Now he's going to lose it. It's going to be knocked away. Fellstool gets the rebound. He flips it too far ahead for Bethel. And so both teams trade turnovers here. And now into the ball game for the Otters is Trenton Juilliard. Trenton getting his 4th run in this game, and his runs have been very short. This is his first action since early December. He was out with the broken leg. Otters sure can use him here going down the stretch. Here's a three-pointer, which is an air ball by Weiss. It is saved and rebounded by 22 Lee, and he kicks it back in. Now number 11, Amoke, takes the three. He misses, and Eston Bethel ends up getting the rebound. But they're going to say that I think they're going to say that Jentz was out of bounds and touched the ball. So Storm's going to have the ball into their own basket, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Sam Bellig with the call there. A couple of Otters had their hand on it. One of them was Jacob Jentz, and he was on the baseline and touched the ball. Here's a drive inside, and it's going to be 21 Rudolph gets the basket. And the foul's going to be on Jacob Jentz, so it's going to be an and one. Jentz picks up his first foul. That's the first team foul on the Otters. And 21 Ty Rudolph gets the basket. And he now has 11 points, and he's going to go to the free throw line here for an and one. And his free throw is missed. And it's going to be rebounded here by the Otters. Bethel. Otters into the front court now. Here's Juilliard. Juilliard's going to dribble, pull up from 12 feet, and drills it. Trenton looks like he's in pretty good form. He's got 4 points and limited minutes in this game. And the Otters back up by 15 now, 49-34 on the Park Region scoreboard. 13:50 to go here in the second half. Central Lakes Conference boys basketball. Rudolph with the ball now, gets it over to the top of the key for Swenson. Swenson back for Rudolph now for the Storm. Now back to Swenson. He drops it, gets it off for Martins, and Martins is going to turn it over. And here's a quick pass from Micah Johnson up to Trenton Juilliard. I was wondering if Trenton was going to go up and try to dunk that. He did flip it over the front of the rim. That's an assist for Micah Johnson, number 4 for Micah. And the Otters up 51-34. Good steal and quick transition there by Micah Johnson. Storm now with the ball. Here's a drive in the lane by Martins. Martins gets it off for Rudolph, and Rudolph gets the basket for Sauk Rapids Rice. He's got 13 in the game. Rudolph keeping the Storm in this game. It's 51-36, just under 13 minutes to go here in the second half. Micah Johnson with a fake, a dribble drive, gets 2 feet in the paint, kicks it out to the right corner. There's Juilliard with a missed three. Cam Wiedrich inside working hard for the Otters. and he's going to create the tie-up, and the Otters he's going to save them a possession. Great work there by Cam Wiedrich. I'm going to give him credit for a rebound for that, as the Otters are going to keep possession. Into the ball game now is Eli Fullhart. Substitution for Sauk Rapids Rice is Tavin Goman, number 12. Otters will inbound it. Quick inbound for Bethel to Juilliard. Juilliard misses it. Bethel gets the rebound. Another quick flip from Bethel to Juilliard. He misses again. The ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Sauk Rapids Rice. So Bethel gets a couple of quick rebounds and a couple of flips to Juilliard, and Juilliard misses both of the bunnies. Bethel now driving in. He's going to face a little physical play there from Weiss, but Bethel overpowers him and gets in another basket now, 23. That's the first basket of the second half for Eston. He had a huge first half, 5 threes and 21 points. Here's Weiss with a drive in the lane. He's going to turn it over, and here comes Felstool. Juilliard now to the left wing. He's going to dribble to the corner, flips it back out, back to the top of the key for Eston. Good ball movement for the Otters. Fullhart drives in the lane. He's going to lean in, misses the shot. Great rebound by Jacob Gents, and just misses the putback. Good work there by Jacob Gents. Rebound number 7 for the Otters. He's going to get rewarded with a couple of free throws. Otters really playing well. Good ball movement on that possession. The ball went from the left corner from Juilliard all the way around the horn. Got an attack by Fullhart and an offensive rebound by Jacob Gents. Gents makes another free throw. And he has now made 6 of his last 7. He has 12 points in the ballgame for the Otters. And Gents makes free throw number 2. So 7 for 8 at the line for Jacob Gents. Otters lead 55-36 on the Park Region scoreboard, just under 12 to go. Storm now in transition. Pass inside for Williams. Williams going to try to attack against Juilliard. He misses. Trenton gets the rebound for the Otters, and he's going to turn it over. Juilliard turns it over. Otters turn it over. There's a three-pointer that's an air ball in the corner by number 22, Isaac Lee. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Micah Johnson's going to check in for Trenton. And, man, he's like a caged colt. He wants to get out there and run. Coach Johnson is keeping his runs very, very short, as he hasn't had a lot of he just got okayed to play, I believe, Monday, or maybe even yesterday. Gents now with the defensive rebound for the Otters. That's rebound number 8 for Jacob. Otters into the front court. Here's Eston Bethel down the lane, right-handed flip, and he scores. Eston Bethel having himself a night. That's 25 points now for Eston, and they were face guarding him. And that foul, as he got hit in the face, according to Sam Bellig, that foul's on 35 Swenson. It's his first foul, third team foul on Sauk Rapids Rice. And the Otters have their biggest lead of the ball game, 57-36. Into the ball game for Fergus Falls, crowd favorite Isaac Mock, the 6'2" senior, checks in. Isaac probably not going to put up a lot of points, but he's definitely a physical presence inside. Bethel misses the free throw, but he gets a steal here, and he tries for the slam, and he misses it. Eston gets the steal. It's turnover number 15 for Sauk Rapids Rice. Not sure if Coach Johnson's overly happy with that, but Eston could get up, man. And he went for it. He's a 5'10" sophomore, and pretty much everything has gone right for him tonight. Very few things haven't. Unfortunately for him, that slam dunk did not go well. Here's Isaac Mock with a tip away and another turnover, a steal for the Otters. Mock tipped it to Bethel into the front court now. Felstool drives left baseline. He's cut off nicely over there by Martins. Back to the top of the key. Eston's going to blow by. He's going to spin from 10 feet, misses, and Eli Fullhart goes up high. Gets the offensive rebound and knocks it in. Great rebound by Eli. Taps it in for his 4th and 5th point. Coach Jason Allen wants to take a timeout. Looks like a full timeout. The Otters lead 59-36 on the Park Region scoreboard. And we'll take a timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Lake Region Healthcare. You're listening to Otter Boys Basketball, 1250 KBRF.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
All right, back at Fergus Falls High School. Storm coach Jason Allen wanted a timeout to talk to his troops. They came out and they were on a 6-0 run between the end of the first half and the start of the second half. But face guarding Eston Bethel had a couple possessions where that worked, but Eston got in his hands and a couple of turnovers and some good work inside by Jensen Fullhart. And the Otters now out to their biggest lead of the ballgame, 59-36. Otters come out of the timeout. They're going to bring a little bit of pressure here. 10:36 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Full court man-to-man. And they get it in. Lee with it now, brings it across the timeline for the Storm. It's to the Fergus Falls logo to Abdi Hassan. Hassan guarded by Johnson. Out to the left side for 25, Peyton Prom. 6'6" freshman into the ballgame for Sauk Rapids Rice. Hassan now dribbles toward the right side, gets into the lane, kicks it back outside for Jevney. He's going to drive in the lane, and there's going to be a foul. Otter foul is going to be on Isaac Mock. And Jevney is going to go to the line for Sauk Rapids Rice. Jevney into the game for the first time, 5'11" sophomore. Coach Allen decided to go young here. In fact, he's got a young team anyway. Jevney makes the first free throw. We'll see, he is 1 for 1 at the line. And he'll get a second. 59-37, Otters lead. 10-11 to go here second half. And Jevney makes both. So a quick trip. And Braden Jevney makes 2 free throws. It's 59-38. And basically, Coach Allen overhauled most of the kids that were on the floor there. Eston Bethel now gets the ball in. He's facing Williams, Picks up his dribble, now passes to the left side for Fullhart. Fullhart to the top of the key now. Near the logo is Micah Johnson. Johnson gets it off for Jens. Jens is going to spin to his left, spin back to his right. He's caught in the lane. Kicks it back out for Bethel. Bethel sees a seam, drives to his left, spins to his right. Very, very physical there, Rudolph. Eston turns around and decides to shoot from 8 feet, and he misses. And that rebound is by 21, Rudolph, for Sauk Rapids Rice. Now here's a 3 from Williams for Sauk Rapids. And Williams now has 10 points. That's his second three-pointer of the ball game. And it's 59-41 on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's a pass by Felstool that's picked off by Amoke. And Amoke is going to go in, and the foul is going to be called on Felstool. So the Otters have their 12th turnover of the ball game, and Felstool makes it worse by fouling and gives the and one for Amoke. Amoke gets his. Let's see, what is it? Amoke has 4 fouls, or 4 points now. And the Otters decide to take a timeout. And so we'll take a quick one as well. This timeout is sponsored by Lake Region Healthcare. You're listening to Otter Boys Basketball, 1250 KBRF.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
All right, back at Fergus Falls High School, Coach Johnson wanted to talk things over. The Otters had built their biggest lead. That lead has been trimmed down, back down to 16. It was up to 24. And at the line for Sauk Rapids Rice is Berkeley Amoke. He's a 6'2" junior, trying to complete the N1. I had said that he had 4 points. It's not correct. That was his first basket of the game, and he misses the free throw. And then it's rebounded by Micah Johnson. Micah Johnson gets his third rebound of the game into the front court for Wiedrich. Sauk Rapids really picking up the defense, and it's getting a little bit more physical here. We'll see if the officials can get control. A lot of contact, especially on the dribble. Here's a pass inside for Bethel. Bethel almost loses it, regathers it, and gets the basket. And Bethel now with 27 points. Seems like whenever the Otters need one, Bethel's going to get it. He's got 27. Here's a hand check now on Fergus Falls. And that foul is going to be on Cam Wiedrich. It's his first. That's a fourth team foul on the Otters. 61-43 on the Park Region scoreboard. 8:40 to go here. Second half, Central Lakes boys basketball from Fergus Falls. Here's Rudolph for the three. He misses. Rebounded by Bethel. Bethel gets his fifth rebound of the game. And now the Otters into the front court. Handoff from Johnson to Bethel. Back to Johnson at the top of the key near the midline. He's going to flip it out for Juilliard. Juilliard back for Micah Johnson. Micah gives it off for Juilliard. Inside for Eston Bethel on the cut. He gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line for two. Eston really working hard, and when you cut hard away from the ball, good things are going to happen for you, and he has done that here in the second half. That foul is going to be on Isaiah Williams, 6'2" junior. That's his first. That's the fourth team foul on Sauk Rapids Rice. And Eston's going to shoot a pair of free throws. He missed his earlier free throw and does not miss this one. And he's got 28 points now. In for the Storm, number 10, Parker Martins. He's going to replace Ty Rudolph for Coach Jason Allen. 62-43. Bethel misses a second, so he's missed 2 out of 3 tonight. But he's got 28 points in the game, and now Sauk Rapids Rice on the attack. And it's going to be a blocking foul on Eston. Eston fell to the ground, got back up, but never really fully got his feet under him. And Weiss, I think, saw that. The 5'10 senior attacked him, and Bethel's going to get the foul. That's his second foul. That's the fifth team foul. Sauk Rapids going to inbound into their own basket. Here's Weiss, gets it out for Williams. Williams trying to attack here. Micah Johnson stops him. Now kick out for Weiss. Weiss is going to drive, flip it back out to the top now for Williams. For Amoke now at the right wing. Amoke gives it off to Lambert. Lambert gets to the left side for Williams. Williams misses, and Bethel comes up with rebound number 6 for Fergus Falls. He gives the headman pass to Jentz. Jentz stops, kicks it up for Juilliard. Now Micah Johnson's going to run a little offense for the Otters. Left side, Jacob Jentz gets his head in front of the defender. Dribbles in and spins to his left. Kicks it back for Johnson. Now to the top for Bethel. Bethel's going to attack the free throw line. Kicks to the left side for Johnson. Johnson with the drop down for Jentz, and Jentz gets the basket. Good offense for Fergus Falls. Micah Johnson gets his 5th assist of the game. Jacob Jentz has 15 points for the Otters, and they lead 64-43. Amoke now attacks Jentz, and he's going to get the basket. Amoke with 4 points now in the contest. Here's Micah Johnson now. They're going to clear it out. And Micah's going to have to get it moving here. He's only got 2 seconds, and Coach Johnson's going to take a timeout to save the 10-second violation for the Otters. Looks like they're going to take a 30-second timeout. So we're going to stay here. This timeout is sponsored by Lake Region Healthcare. Otters lead 64-45 on the Park Region scoreboard. 6:53 to go in the ball game. Just seeing here if we can check up on some more scores. It looks like the Underwood boys leading Border West now. 7 minutes to go in the second half, 44-29. Ashby leads Battle Lake 34-30 at halftime. The Hillcrest boys lead Rothsay 48-32 with 10 minutes to go. Let's see here. On the girls' side in Class A, Park Christian leading Underwood 31-26. That was just before halftime. 5 minutes to go for the Hillcrest girls. They lead 68-40 over Lake Park Audubon. Reminder, the Otter girls back in action tomorrow night. Jason Retzloff will have the call as the St. Cloud Crush are in town. And that game will be approximately 7:15 and 12:50 KBRF. Micah Johnson now with the ball, and he draws a hand check foul. That's on Parker Martins. That's going to be his second personal. That is the 5th team foul for the Storm. So the Otters get a fresh shot clock here, 20 seconds. Felstuhl inbounds for Micah Johnson. Felstuhl now with the ball at the top of the key, gets it out to the logo for Bethel. Trying to double Bethel and get it out of his hands. He reverses it to Felstuhl. Felstuhl back for Bethel to the corner. He's going to spin, goes baseline. He's going to stop and pop. He gets it knocked and blocked. And, yeah, Craig Samuelson is going to call that a jump ball. Good call. Eston tried to do a lot of work on that baseline. That's going to end up being a turnover for the Otters. The shot clock was running down, and it looked like really what should have happened is the Otters should have reversed it. Instead, Felstuhl throws it back to Eston. He didn't really have anything he could do with it other than drive baseline, and he met a couple defenders there. Turnover for Fergus. Here's a drive now for the Storm, and here's a shot by number 10, Parker Martins. As he drives down the lane line, he gets pushed out a little bit by the Otters. And that foul is going to be on Nolan Felstuhl. Nolan with kind of a quiet night for him on offense. He hasn't got a lot of opportunities, has 5 points in the game. That is his 3rd personal foul. That is the 6th team foul for the Otters. So Nolan's going to check out. Eli Fullhart checking back in for Fergus Falls. At the line is Parker Martins. And Parker misses both of his free throws. So the Otters still lead 64-45. 6 minutes to go on the Park Region scoreboard. And it looks like Sauk Rapids Rice wants to do a little bit of trapping here. The Otters being patient, pulling it out. Micah Johnson now with it to the left side for Cam Wiedrich. Skip pass for Bethel. To the corner, there's Fullhart. He's open, and he drills it. Otters move the ball well. Bethel gets the assist, and Eli Fullhart drills his second 3 of the ball game, and he has 8 points for the Otters. And Fergus Falls back up 22. Otters have really played well tonight. Here's the Storm now on the offensive side. Hassan is going to dribble in. Gets it against Micah. Micah makes him pick it up in the lane. Here's Weiss, and the shot's going to be blocked by Eston Bethel. Bethel with the block. He's going to flip it up for Jacob Jentz. Jacob hangs in the air, and he's going to be fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Foul on Sauk Rapids Rice is on Swenson. Swenson with 2 fouls in the ball game. 22-point lead for the Otters on the Park Region scoreboard. Jacob Jentz continues to knock down the free throws. He's made 8 of his last 9, and he now has 16 points. He's averaging 15.3. His last 8 games, he's averaging almost 20 points a game. And Jentz finally misses one. So he's now 8 of 10 on the night. It's 68-45, second biggest lead of the ball game for the Otters. Hassan now driving it into the lane for Sauk Rapids Rice. Here's a kick-out pass for Swenson. He misses a 3. It's going to be rebounded by Micah Johnson. Micah gets the rebound, and the Otters now in pretty good shape to salt this away. 4:43 to go on the Park Region scoreboard. Otters lead 68-45. Micah Johnson now with it. It's it up for Fullhart. Back to the top for Micah. Over for Jacob Jentz. Jentz is going to hand off for Fullhart. Out of the corner for Bethel. Bethel drives hard baseline. Weiss makes him pick it up. Now here's a pass inside for Jentz. Backdoor cut by Riedrich. Pass to the corner for Johnson. Shot clock running low. Jentz drives in, and he's going to miss it. Rebounded by Martins. His second rebound of the game for the Storm. Weiss now with the ball in the corner. He's going to get a ball screen from Swenson to the top for Hassan. Abdi Hassan is going to cross over dribble, gets to the lane, kicks it out to the corner. A three-pointer is on the way for Jevny, misses, and it's run down by Cam Wiedrich for the Otters. Second rebound of the game for Cam Wiedrich. And a quick transition for Eston Bethel. And he gets the basket, and Eston gets his 30th point of the game, and then a quick pass down for Sauk Rapids Rice as well. And that foul is going to be on Eli Fullhart. And Fullhart gets his second foul, and going back to the line here is Parker Martins. And Parker makes this free throw after missing his first two. And Parker now has 5 points. Back into the ball game is Fellstool. And Juilliard also into the game. And Martins makes the second free throw. He has 6, makes his last 2 free throws. He's now 2 for 4 at the line. Fergus Falls leads 70-47. The Park Region scoreboard. 3:38 to go here in the ball game. Otters have it in hand. Juilliard now with the ball at the top of the key. He's going to drive in, gives it to Gents. Out for Wiedrich. Wiedrich now to the left side, or up to Johnson, now to Fellstool, to Jacob Gents. He's going to go down the lane, does a little Euro step, and loses control of the ball. It's going to be a turnover, and off the other way is Isaac Lee. And Isaac Lee gets the basket for St. Cloud, or for Sauk Rapids Rice. Keep wanting to call him St. Cloud. A bunch of teams down there in that area. This is the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. And the Otters lead them 70-49 with 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Otters just got to take care of the ball and take their time here. And they're going to get win number 9 on the season. Juilliard with the pass inside. He's going to go up, shoot it off the glass. It's no good. It's going to be rebounded by Lee. That's his second rebound of the ball game for Sauk Rapids Rice. Hassan gives it up for Jevny, out for Swenson. Swenson's going to drive in. He goes hard against Gents, and they're going to call a foul on Jacob Gents. Swenson pushing the action there, trying to get downhill. And he does. Good defensive position there. It's Track Swenson. He's a 6'4 junior. Did not play the last time these two teams played. Didn't have any statistics on him. And that foul's on Jacob Gents, and that is going to be his second foul of the ball game. And Swenson misses the free throw. Well, the Otters, Juilliard gets the rebound. And Swenson is 0 for 1 at the line. Micah Johnson now with the ball, gets it off to the left wing for Gents, back to the top for Micah. Now to left side for Wiedrich. To the corner for Fellstool. Back to the top for Micah Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Juilliard now has it. To left side for Fellstool. Cam Wiedrich with 6. He's going to get it inside for Jacob Gents. Jacob running out of time. Spins to his left. That is right and finishes at the rim. What a nice move by Jacob Gents. Spun to his left, then spun back to his right. Was falling away from the basket, and that still had the strength to get it up to the rim and in. And the Otters lead 72-49. 1:40 to go here in the ball game. And here's a pull-up shot for 22 Lee. And Lee gets point number 7. Otters going to clear the bench here. Coach Johnson going to get their starters a hand. 1:38 to go. They lead 72-51 on the Park Region scoreboard. In for the Otters is Kellen Funkhauser, 5'11 junior. The number 22, Micaiah Abramson. He's a 5'10 senior. We got John Abrahams in the ball game. And Eli Fullhart, and here's going to be a turnover and a basket for Rudolph. Rudolph gets points 14 and 15. Reminder, coming up is the post-game show, and then we'll also have the Quality Toyota player of the game. Another turnover for the Otters here late. And here comes Lee now for Sauk Rapids Rice. Just over a minute to go, 72-53. Jevny now with it for the Storm. To the top of the key. And now up to Rudolph. Rudolph's played most of the game. Coach Jason Allen still has him in there, and he's going to drive to the basket. And he's going to get fouled. So Rudolph's going to go to the line. 56.7 to go. Ty Rudolph, who scored 15 points in this game. Also on the court is Becca Matthews for Sauk Rapids Rice. And Calvin Lambier also on the floor for Sauk Rapids Rice. Rudolph misses the free throw. It's the second one that he has missed in this ballgame, 0 for 2 at the line. Otters going to improve to 9-15. Sauk Rapids Rice Storm's going to fall to 7-19. And Rudolph's second free throw is good. And he now has 16 points to lead all of the Storm players. Funkhauser flips it in. There's Micaiah Abramson. He misses it. And a rebound that time for Lee for Sauk Rapids Rice. That's third rebound for him. Here's Matthews with the ball now. Here's Rudolph. Pass to Matthews. His three is no good. Rudolph chases down the rebound for Sauk Rapids Rice. Now here's a shot at the top of the key for Lee. He misses. Micaiah Abramson gets the rebound, his first of the ball game. 23 seconds on the Ottertail or Park Region Ottertail Telecom scoreboard. There's a shot by the Otters that's missed. A rebound by 22 Isaac Lee, his fourth of the ball game. And that's going to be it. And the Otters, who led 40-26 at halftime, increased their lead in the second half. They end up winning 72-54. That's the score on our Park Region scoreboard. The Otters 72, Sauk Rapids Rice 54. Park Region is service beyond the connection. Coming up shortly here, we'll have the post-game show and the Quality Toyota Lake Country Graphics player of the game. The final, Otters 72, Sauk Rapids Rice 54. You're listening to Otter Boys Basketball, 1250 KBRF.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
All right, welcome to the post-game show. Otters win tonight. Central Lakes Conference in Section 8-3A basketball game tonight. Otters win 72-54. Is the final. Otters improved to 9-15 on the season. And the season, by the way, is winding down. The Otters are going to play next Tuesday at Ricori, and then Friday they're going to host Tech, and then they're going to be into the Section 8-3A tournament. And the girls, final game, the Otter girls basketball team, their final game is tomorrow night right here at Kennedy against the St. Cloud Crush. Coach Steer down here giving me the business. Just talking about his basketball team, and he's making fun of me in the background. But the girls finish up their regular season tomorrow night, and they will host a playoff game a week from today. Not sure if that game is going to be at Kennedy or Roosevelt yet, but most likely that is going to be Ricori, as they're the 7 seed, and the Otters girls basketball team currently the 2 seed. All right, let's take a look at the post-game statistics. These are unofficial statistics. I had the Storm for 17 turnovers. Finn Wilkie scored 2 points. Isaiah Williams scored 10 points for the Storm. Owen Weiss, 2 points and a couple of rebounds. Abdi Hassan had 3 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Parker Martins had 7 points and 2 rebounds for the Storm. Berkeley Amoke had 2 points and 1 rebound. Ty Rudolph, the leading scorer for Sauk Rapids Rice, he had 16 points, 6 rebounds for Sauk Rapids Rice. Isaac Lee had a 3-pointer and a couple other baskets, ended up with 7 points, 4 rebounds. Braden Jevney had 2 points for Sauk Rapids Rice as well to close them out at 54 points. The Otters had 72 points. They led 40-26 at halftime, and then went on to cruise to a final of 72-54. I had them unofficially with 16 turnovers. Trenton Juilliard made his first appearance since December tonight. He scored 6 points, had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a nice overall game, and very short runs for Trenton as he tries to get back in shape here after missing a couple months of basketball. Cam Wiedrich had 5 points and 2 rebounds, 2 assists for the Otters. Nolan Felstuhl with 1 3 and another bucket had 5 points and a couple assists for Fergus Falls. Senior Micah Johnson did not score tonight, but Micah had a nice floor game, had 4 rebounds and 5 assists in the ball game. Eli Fullhart with 2 threes and 8 points and 1 rebound in the ball game unofficially. And then Jacob Jensen, Henry Bethel. I did it. I was hoping I wouldn't do it, but I did it. Eston Bethel had big nights for the Otters tonight, and they have had many big nights for the Otters this season. Jens averages 15.3 a game, points, 7.3 rebounds. Tonight he had 18 points and 8 rebounds, including 8 for 10 at the free throw line. But our Quality Toyota Lake Country Graphics player of the game is Eston Bethel. Great night overall for Eston. He had a huge first half, 21 points. Ended up with 30 on the ball game. They tried to face guard him a little bit in the second half. He still ended up having 9 points. He had 4 assists, 6 rebounds to lead all scorers in the ball game. And that helped propel the Otters to a 72-54 win. And Eston Bethel is our quality player of the game, sponsored by Quality Toyota at Lake Country Graphics for screen printing and embroidery on custom apparel with the best in personal service around. Contact Lake Country Graphics at 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. You can call 998-4027. Well, that concludes our broadcast. Thanks to Derek Sidian for running the production portion of this broadcast. And thank you for joining 1250 KBRF and the 1250 KBRF YouTube channel. The final from Fergus Falls, the Otters 72, Sauk Rapids Rice Storm 54. You've been listening and watching Otter Boys Basketball, 1250 KBRF.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otter Tail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Unsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. We hope you enjoyed tonight's sports streaming presentation. You can find this game and others by going to KBRFradio.com and clicking on sports streaming.